This is my honest opinion on Jujutsu Infinite, and if you should spend $30 on this game. First and foremost, if you have the money, then spend the money. I'm fortunate enough to be able to spend my money how I please, so I went ahead and got the game. I really love JJK, and this was just a good form for me to get my fix, I guess, of a JJK game. That's fun in my opinion. I played others on Roblox, but this is probably the best one in my opinion. And it's not even fully fleshed out yet. But if you don't have the money to just spend, right? You know what I mean? You just got $30 laying around or whatever. Buy the game if you're really going to play the game. And if you're invested in the game. Don't get it so you just play a little bit, you grind, get to wherever you want to get, and then you just hop off. Like, be invested in the game. Actually care about what's going on. Because then your $30 will feel like much longer. Because it'll feel like you're actually like really giving a shit about what's going on, instead of just playing the game and then going about your day. You know what I mean? And that's how I've been with the game. Like, I've been caring about it, like, reading the Discord, reading the updates, you know what I mean, reading the chat, see what everybody's saying, reading the what to implement and all that other stuff that they have on their Discord. Just trying to be really tapped in with what's going on. So in my opinion, $30 is a lot. It's still Roblox at the end of the day. And you can do a lot with $30. Not really, but you can do enough with $30. What's that? 10 McChickens? I ain't gonna lie. That's 10 McChickens. Me personally, I spent the 30. I feel like it's worth it if you believe it's worth it. Not gonna sit here and tell you spend $30 on a Roblox game. It's worth it if you believe it's worth it. So how I feel about the game. I'm not gonna lie, this is my full unbiased opinion. I wasn't given this game for free. I'm not even in the Roblox space or anything like that. I've been playing Roblox since I was in elementary school, but I'm not really in the Roblox space where I'm tapped in with people. In my honest opinion, I really feel like this is a great game, and I feel like this game has a great future ahead of it, and I feel like it's a good game. So let me get into a few points and notes on the game, why I think it's good. So gameplay wise, the fluidity of the movement is great. You know what I mean? For it being, I know I'm gonna say this a lot, for it being a Roblox game, the fluidity is great. The movement is great. It's not too, I'm not gonna say gimmicky, but it's not like cheesy. You can't cheese a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? It's like you do something stupid, you're going to get punished for it. Obviously, you can punish others for not using all the mechanics. There is a skill gap. You know what I mean? There's mechanics of this game that you can implement into your style. You know what I mean? And there's a skill gap because you have multiple ways to use your moves, as seen here, right? You have one, which is your taijutsu. So your curse techniques that are attached to taijutsu, and then you have your actual innate techniques, and then you have your sword skills. So when you're fighting, you have to switch through these, you know what I mean, to do what you want to do. If you want to combo something, you have to switch through. You have to, you know what I mean, there's multiple ways to go about fighting somebody, and there's multiple opportunities and variety to the fighting. And I can appreciate that, you know what I mean, with all these games where it's just, this move is good, just keep spamming it as much as you can. I mean, yes, there's going to be a little bit of spamming because you only have but so many, moves, but you have a higher variety of, combos you can do. You can rush somebody, hit them with, Sukuna's cleave or dismantle or whatever, and then try to hit them with a black flash or something like that. Or just, it's just a bunch of opportunities that you have. But there's also, a way to escape getting comboed. So you're not sitting there just getting obliterated by somebody who has like a stupid combo string. You can get punished. Like I said, you will be punished for being dumb. So if you use your escape, at the wrong time, you'll get punished. And I like that aspect of, you make a mistake, you're punished for it. Or someone makes a mistake, you can punish them for it. And that makes the, the fighting a little bit more rewarding in that aspect. There's hella techniques in the game right now. I feel like they can make more. I'm gonna get more into that in the next segment, but I feel like they can add more techniques. The techniques that they have now are great. My only gripe is, spinning for the techniques and the effort it takes, or how many spins you have to use to get a technique, which is cool. So everybody's not running around with the same technique. But obviously, if you pay the $30, you have access to the rewards and stuff. You get more spins. So people who do come in the game when it's free, they're going to be at quite a bit of a disadvantage, rightfully so. They did not pay that $30 for the game. So but everyone still has an opportunity to get all the same innate techniques. So the differences in the innate techniques, every innate technique is vastly different. I'm not gonna say vastly, but they're different. All fighting styles, all innate techniques are different, in their own way. And you can string combos together, differently with different techniques and stuff, or you can combine different techniques that make a new combo. I kind of like what they did. I feel like they made a good selection of moves to use. Some of them are easier than others, like Limitless. I feel like it's a pretty easy innate technique to use, whereas Rika is a little more difficult. It's a little more finesse, and I feel like the curse techniques that require a little more finesse, I feel like they should do a little bit more damage, because Limitless is real easy to use and it has a high output of damage. So if they can balance that out, that'd be great. But it's Limitless. It's one of the greatest innate techniques, so obviously it's going to be overpowered. The visuals of this game, in my opinion, are great. So the minute things, the charging your curse energy, the activating your reverse curse technique, it's just the little stuff, and it's just pretty cool in my opinion. Summoning Rika, these are cool models. Obviously, it's just a bunch of stuff that look good in this game. The sound as well, I have the sound off, but the sound is really good too. It feels rewarding when you hit people with certain moves. Like if you hit somebody with a black flash, it just feels good when you hit them with it. God, is that type shit. Another thing I want to hit on is the development process. This might be the one reason why I feel like $30 is worth it. Seeing the behind the scenes of the development and seeing how much they really care about the game makes me feel like I'm not wasting my money. And the team is real forthright in what's going on. Obviously they're going to troll. Everybody's going to troll. They just be saying random shit sometimes, and that's cool. But recently, for instance, he was talking about he's doing midterms or whatever in school, so he's going to work on the game 5 hours a day or something like that. And he just keeps us updated with everything he's implementing and all the changes he's making, and that's cool to see. I don't know if other games done that and other devs done that. Like I said, this is my first time being in a Discord for an early access game and then watching the development process. So it's kind of cool. One thing that sticks out to me that really solidified all right, my $30 is not being wasted. So it was a minor issue, just real minute. When you're fighting, right, you do certain quests, right? If you do a certain quest, you have a option to get something called mastery towards your your innate technique. So as you can see, the Sukuna mastery or the Rika mastery. But you can select which innate technique you want more mastery to go into, right? So at first, if you lock your mouse and you're M1ing or whatever, it will make it so if you're fighting somebody, you kill the boss and then you can pick your mastery. You just hit it, right? And it'll just automatically go. You'll just automatically pick whichever one it ends up being on. And some people didn't like that, and we let them and the team know that we don't really like this, blah blah blah. I feel like this could be changed because I keep picking the wrong one, so forth and so on. Literally the very next update, he moved it to the side. It's just little shit like that. Stuff like that gets noticed by me because that, even if it's little, like they say, devil's in the details. I'm not a super stickler. Obviously I'm not a stickler. I'm playing Roblox games. I don't care what the game looks like, how it really plays fully. There's a lot of leeway because this is Roblox. You do the best you can do, but little stuff like that shows that you really care about a game and that you're really trying. So listening to the community is a big thing, and then being honest about the development is a big thing to me. Another thing I want to touch on is what I hope to see in the game that I feel would take this game to a whole new level. For one, some sort of story, so it's not just a bandit beat 'em up. It doesn't have to be OD, you have to know what's going on with the story, you have to follow along, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't have to be that. but just a little bit of story for the new people who come in, so it's not just like a mindless game. I feel like that would be pretty cool. You know, get people in touch. Like, you have to do missions or whatever, queue up with some other people, you do missions with them, you queue up with some random people, you have to work together to like complete some mission. You don't have to, obviously. If you're good enough, you're strong enough, you can do it on your own. Like, you can go level up on your own and then go do missions. Adding an extra layer to the game to give it longevity, because games typically they're going to die. If there's nothing else to do, a game is going to die. I feel like the more layers you add to the game, it gives it more replayability, you know what I mean? And it's just a little more fun. Definitely for the people who are casual, who just want to play for PvE, it gives them something to play as well. Like people who are not big PvP heads, who want to just box everybody, who just want to just hop on a JJK game, make their character, get their curse technique and just fight mobs. Like, some people just want to do that. I know that sounds lame, but some people just want to do that. And I feel like that would be great for the people who just want to PvE. I feel like what also would set this game up more, because they have a game mode called Waves. You go in there, you fight waves of mobs, obviously. If you played, you know, Shinobi Life or whatever it's called now, Shindo, then you know about wave modes, like the Ten Tails mode or whatever. You know how that goes, which is cool, but I feel like the rewards in that could be a little bit better. You know what I mean? You get like these talismans that fall on the floor, you can pick them up, it goes towards your XP or whatever, but I feel like it's pointless. Once you get to a certain level, it's honestly extremely pointless, and it's hard if you're a lower level anyway, so you're not even going to get far. So like, even when you're at the point where you're able to fight the bosses that are in there at wave 10 and 20, it's no point of even playing it, because it doesn't give you mastery. It gives you mastery, but it doesn't give you like, you know, super mastery. It doesn't, you know what I mean? It doesn't really benefit you at all for doing it. You don't even get good, you know, rewards for it. It's not rewarding at all. So I feel like Waves is kind of, it needs to buff in that aspect. I feel like this should be another mode adjacent to Waves as we know it, like dungeons. You know what I mean? It doesn't necessarily have to be an actual dungeon, but it could be up to 4 people or however many they want to make it. Maybe 3, since that's canon for the show. But basically, you go on a mission, right? A dungeon, and you're in a city. It doesn't matter where. Obviously, you're in Japan, so whichever city you want to choose, Shibuya, Osaka, you know what I mean, wherever you want to go. And then you'll have to go in a building and then have to kill the curses in the building, get to the end, solve that mission or whatever. And then it's just like a dungeon crawler in that aspect. Like, you go there, the cutscene is somebody's pitting up a veil or whatever, just something like that. You know what I mean? Just to give people more things to do, more opportunity to get more loot and whatever. Like, if you want to be, if you like, and it also has to go off grades. So if it goes off your grade too. So you're not gonna fight no crazy, you know, special grade curse spirit or whatever, but they can also throw that aspect in there. So like, you might run into it. Like, they could say this is going to be a grade 2 mission, but you run into a special grade curse, you know what I mean, or something like that. And the prize is better if you actually do end up defeating that special grade curse. You know what I mean? So, and it's going to be multiple of you, so obviously you'll be able to jump the curse or the, you know, curse user, whoever you end up facing. You know what I mean? And just throw in little loops, you know, that throw people for loops. Like, you think you're doing this mission, it could end up being something totally different. And I feel like that'll give another aspect of, you know, layers. Like I said, like, a game needs layers. That would be a great layer to add, because it will add more fun to the game. So you getting tired of PvP, you getting jumped in PvP, they fucking you up. You're like, all right, man, I'm tired of this. Let me just go grind my character. I don't feel like punching mobs. I guess I'll just do these missions. You know what I mean? Queue up on these missions, go do these dungeons, or, you know, quote dungeons, and try to level up that way. So curse techniques, I love the curse techniques we have, but there's going to get a time where you run out of source material on curse techniques, and you're going to have to get creative and just experiment. Honestly, it's your game at the end of the day. Like, you could be honest and tried and true to the source material, but I feel like you could be creative as well. Just create some shit, bro. Just create some shit, see if it sticks. If it's not good, just remove it. I don't think anybody is gonna, you know, be too crazy about it, like, unless they put hella time into it. But if you let people know, like, hey, we're just testing out, being creative, trying to create some more curse techniques, so some more options, and cool, you know what I mean? And if something hits, something hits. I mean, you can relate it to the source material, try to make sure it still like fits the setting of, you know, curse techniques. Like, it's not nothing crazy, But I feel like you can do a lot. There's a lot of other anime that you can try to pull from to try to, create a type of curse technique. Another thing that I feel like should be added for curse spirit manipulation, if they do end up putting it in the game, obviously we're gonna put it as Ghetto's curse technique. Obviously we're gonna put it in the game, but be able to control a curse, you should have to fight it. You know what I mean? Like how Ghetto has to do and how Megumi has to do for his 10 Shadow Shikigami. So you have to fight it and then you'll be able to capture it. You know what I mean? And I'm cool with the spin system. I mean, I kind of hate spin systems, but it is what it is. I'm cool with the spin systems. It should be free though. You should have a free certain amount of spins like every week, or you know what I mean, or something like that. And then you can spin, see if you get something. If you want to pay that extra bread to keep on trying to spin for stuff, then you can do that, or use your spins, you can do that. I feel like that would be cool to be able to spin. You land on the Shikigami, you get it, you fight it, and then you can absorb it. If you have curse spirit manipulation, then you can absorb it and then use it as you will. So it'll be kind of different. So everybody can have like, a vast variety of cursed spirits. So not everybody's running around with the, same cursed spirits. And other people, like if you're strong enough, you get a crazy cursed spirit, dope. And that sets you apart from people who are lower than you. So you're all not just having the same cursed spirit. Like how is this dude who's like 10 times weaker than me have the same cursed spirit? I feel like another thing that should be added is open domains. Obviously you have to reach like a godly level to be able to use it, make it like extremely hard to get. We already have the blueprints of how open domain expansions work. I feel like open domain expansion would be cool. If not, fine. I don't want to, I'm not sitting here trying to, it's just what I would like to see. But what I really do want to see, and I feel like should be implemented, is domain expansions for common or uncommon / rare techniques, but make them extremely hard to obtain. Like you have to work extremely hard. You have to jump through hella hoops in order to get it. You know what I mean? Like you shouldn't just be able to get to mastery 500 and you get it. It should be like egregious, because like I feel like that would help the people who, like, say you do get a curse technique and it sucks, but you make it good. You know what I mean? So it gives everybody an opportunity to be good. So you're not just praying for, you rolling for a super great curse technique and just praying you get like a legendary like Limitless or something like that. You know what I mean? It adds a, like I said, another layer. So if you don't have the money, like when the game does come out for free, you don't have the money to just buy spins, you don't get lucky, just grind. You know what I mean? Or you have, a common or uncommon or rare technique that you really like, and you just want to grind, and you just grind that and just make it extremely hard. Like I said, jump through hella hoops just to get your domain expansion. I feel like it would be great. Not every single one has to have a domain expansion, but just making that option available for people, I feel like would be cool. And it gives an incentive for like grinding or wanting to be the strongest you can be, because that's what this show is all about. You know what I mean? Being the strongest. I feel like on the topic of domains, after your domain is used, I feel like your curse technique should be weaker. Like you shouldn't just pass out and lay on the floor. Like that's crazy. That's insane to me. I feel like your curse technique should just be like half. Like your damage should be cut in half for a certain amount of time. So if you're over there like trying to, cheese and spam or whatever, or somebody is able to get out of your domain expansion, or you use your domain expansion on somebody and then they're able to, fight you off for however long they're in your domain expansion. So once you get out, you're weaker. I feel like that would be cool, kind of cool. And then you can also make it so you can refresh your domain expansion like how Gojo and Sukuna did. I feel like that's a little extra, but you don't have to do that. But yeah, I mean, you can do a lot with that. Like just passing out, I feel like that's such an easy way to do it. Like, oh, I just pass out on the floor and then I just get beat up or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I don't really like that. I think, and I got caught in people's domain expansions. You know what I mean? I got caught in them and I got demolished. But like I said, there needs to be layers. You know what I mean? There has to be multiple opportunities for you to, be able to be great. Because like you fight somebody where you get trapped in their domain expansion and you're able to fight them off, but you only have a little bit of health left. They pass out, you try to beat them up, right? And they get back up, you're done. You're done. You know what I mean? What can you do? Unless you spend that time using a reverse curse technique. I also think hitting a black flash should amp you, because like I said, it's satisfying. Once you actually hit a black flash, That shit is that shit is satisfying. But I feel like it should amp you, like a low percentage, but it does amp you. And like the more you hit black flashes, like if someone's letting you just black flash the shit out of them, they should be penalized for that. Like I said, give people more avenues and more opportunities to get one up on somebody else if they're not using all the mechanics that are given to them. That variety is what makes games great. And so it's not just, this guy's overpowered, I can't beat him, there's no way I can beat him. No, this gives you an opportunity. This is another layer and another chance of you being able to beat somebody who otherwise would be unbeatable. So you hit your black flash, you hit 5 of them, when you amped up OD. Now you're doing like, you know, almost double what your curse techniques were doing before, and almost double what your black flash was doing before. So if that guy is loafing and he's not taking you serious, or he's not trying his hardest, or if you're just catching him lacking, you know what I mean, you're just weaker and you're catching him lacking, you can catch up to his level. You can get on this level by hitting those black flashes and getting amped. Definitely a final black flash. You hit that, you definitely should be amped. And I feel like that would be great. And another thing, this is a little minor thing, I feel like weapons should be shown on you, like when you have them equipped in your inventory, not just like they're only there when you like equip it. But that's minor, it doesn't really matter. To wrap this all up in a bow, this game is great. I have high hopes for it, and I feel like it will be great. It'll be greater than what it is. I just want to see all games succeed. I love watching people eat. Like, I seen a couple people talking about some, man, these boys made all this money, da 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 da. That's great. What? I love that for them, bro. That's life-changing for some people, bro. I love that for them. You put all this effort into something, you should reap the benefits of that. So I love that. I hope they keep getting paid, bro. I hope they get double what they got. I want to see them eat forever. You know what I mean? I want to see anybody eat. You put effort into your craft and into something that you love, I want you to eat, bro, every time. Overall, I hope that this gets seen by AAA titles. You know what I mean? When you actually make a game for the fans, like make a game for people who care about, you know, whatever the source material of that game is. Just making something great for the fans. Like, it's not hard. It's really not, because you got people who are in school making a game great like this. It's sad to see like bullshit like Shinobi Strikers. I hate Shinobi Strikers, bro. I played it, bro. As you can see on my channel below, like I played Shinobi Strikers, but I hate that game, bro. I hate it, bro. Xenoverse is cool too. I stopped playing it. I don't know. I just feel like a lot of these anime games leave a lot to be desired because they don't really truly care about the fans. They're either sandbagging on purpose so they can make another game, or they just don't give a damn. Like, they're just bare bonesing it. Like, whatever, they're gonna play it anyways because people are gonna play it anyways. As you can see with Shinobi Strikers. Shinobi Strikers was not what everybody was expecting. I hope everyone knows this, because I was part of the hype train. That game was not what everybody was expecting. There's so much you can do, man. And shout out Robbie, shout out everybody on the Jujutsu Infinite team. They're doing their thing, and I can't wait to see this game's full release and, you know, the potential that they can reach. You know, that's it for me, and that's my honest opinion on Jujutsu Infinite, what I hope to see. So any questions for me or anything you want to see next, go ahead, leave a comment down below. Like, subscribe. Robbie and team, if y'all seeing this, man, I love the game, bro. Appreciate what y'all doing, bro. Keep grinding. Don't be satisfied. Don't be satisfied, because there's always much more that can be done to make something better. You know what I mean? The goal is to be the greatest. Being good, the goal is to be great, man. Shout out Kobe. All right, y'all have a good one. Peace.